Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, wherever you are and whenever you are listening to us. We hope it is good. Welcome to the Geeks Who Like Sports mashup for episode
Mashup.
13. Yes, Lee has come up with yet another good one. Lee, what is, or should I say, what if is the mashup? That doesn't work. What is the mashup for this week?
Well, we've just concluded another season of What If. So the obvious mashup. I did it now too. Is What If Sports Edition. So what we're gonna do, Ray, is it is the first week of 2024, first episode of 2024, is do a What If Sports 2023 roundup, if you will. So I'd like to go through hockey, baseball, football, and basketball. You can go through other things too if you want. Of a what if this happened. I think we should start with the obvious. The obvious one is what if Aaron Rodgers didn't hurt himself the first game of the season, right?
Yeah.
I cannot think of a bigger what if in football this year than that. Would you agree with that? There's a few we could do in football.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing, injuries are an easy one, right? Like Aaron Rodgers, Joe Burrow, so many injuries across the NFL this year, and also MLB, right? I think of Aaron Judge with the Yankees. If he doesn't run into that wall at Dodger Stadium, he might be the MVP. The Yankees might make the playoffs because the Yankees, after he got hurt, fell off a cliff.
So you're jumping into baseball right away. There's a lot of baseball with the football one. So this is how we have to do it, right? So what if Aaron Rodgers didn't get hurt? And then the story is the Jets make the playoffs and then they spoil the season for several other teams, including, and not limited to, the Bills and potentially Miami.
Sure, but they don't get out. They don't get past the second round of the playoffs.
No, they don't. But in this world, the Eagles beat them and are actually undefeated going into the final 6 weeks of the season, not 10-1. Right. And they don't lose their swagger and they end up winning the Super Bowl, Ray, because Aaron Rodgers didn't tear his Achilles.
That's interesting. You think that because Aaron Rodgers tore his Achilles, that the Eagles
it's all
now will basically be like the Jets and they won't get out of or in this universe.
They win that game because they they don't overlook the Jets at that point. And
that's good.
And they win that game, right? And again, the Jets also play the other teams in our division. And they end up winning all of those games because this is the fantasy I choose to live in. So that's how the game is played. Let's go to baseball now. What if Aaron Judge doesn't get hurt?
Yeah, if Aaron Judge doesn't get hurt, the Aaron Judge, once Ohtani gets hurt, basically cruises to his back-to-back MVPs. The Yankees, instead of finishing 82-80, probably finish 92-70, and probably end up making the playoffs, where they again lose in the ALCS to the Astros, who then lose to the eventual winners of the World Series, the Philadelphia Phillies, as they get revenge from the year prior.
So my what if?
Why in both what if universes so far does Philadelphia end up winning everything?
I like where this is going. I'll tell you, my what if in baseball is what if the Phillies bats didn't go quiet in the NLCS and we end up going to the World Series. And in the other half of this mashup here, I would really like that if they could keep hitting. So that's baseball. Tough ones now. Basketball, I think it's what if they didn't do the in-season tournament? Like,
that's
I wonder,
a good one.
But we won't know the effects of that till we see who wins the NBA championship.
We're starting to see some of it so far, right? Like the Lakers, since winning the championship and raising that banner, I think are 10 games under 500.
Right.
Like the Lakers have completely fallen apart.
LeBron has something now that Jordan will never have. I think that's it. That's called a career. He's done it. He's done it. He's the GOAT now because of that.
Yes.
LeBron.
He's literally just playing so that he can play a game with his son.
That's exactly what he's doing. And by the way, completely understand it as a father. I completely understand him doing that. But
that is the only reason why he's still going.
Can you think of a bigger NBA one than that? I think that's the one in the room. It's like, what if that tournament doesn't happen?
That one, I would say, what if Draymond Green doesn't punch that guy in the face and gets suspended for 12 games?
That would just be nice for his life. But
right. Yeah.
And then hockey's a tough one this year. I can think of a few, like what if the Florida Panthers don't get injured? I think that makes the cup final a little bit of a better matchup, but that's short-sighted. I think what if Chicago doesn't beat Pittsburgh on the last day of the season to keep them out of the playoffs? Could have had some really interesting playoff repercussions for certain teams. I think that helps the Rangers at the end of the day. That was an interesting one for me. right? What if
Well,
Treasure-
even just what if the lottery ping pong balls bounced a different way and Connor Bedard goes somewhere else?
like Philadelphia?
Like anywhere but Chicago.
Right. I mean, like that, you could do that every year with every draft, right?
For sure.
So yeah, I think that
I bet he
that's
doesn't have a
big one.
broken jaw right now. That's for sure.
Right. Well, and here's the thing: if Chicago doesn't win that last game, it actually may have affected that somehow,
Yeah.
right? Even though they were still pretty low in the standings. But it's a fun game to play the what if in sports. I mean, we could do a universal edition. What if Eric Lindros doesn't get traded, from Quebec to
Yeah.
Philadelphia?
That's a fun one. Yeah.
Well, that one. It's like the Flyers and the Quebec Nordiques play each other in the conference final for like 10 years in a row because of that.
Yeah.
Because those two teams would have been really good. But yeah, that's the game. What if? Do you have any other sports you want to dive into?
Yeah, historically or currently. Yeah, I mean that's a fun one. Yeah, I mean, what if there isn't steroids in baseball in the 90s?
Oh my God, baseball collapses on itself, and hockey becomes the reigning supreme sport that's not baseball. I think we could also do you could do a what if WWE last year. I think what if with AEW and WWE could have been a fun one.
Yeah,
I can't think of any other sports off the top of my head right now. College football. What if college football made the right decision?
Right. What if Florida State was in the
That's
playoff
a fun
this year?
one right now.
Yeah.
What if Florida State is in that game? There's a miraculous recovery and they win the national championship.
That would be amazing.
Wishful thinking.
Yeah.
I don't usually play the what if game in life, but I do for this show.
No.
And it's been fun.
Yes. It has been fun. It's a fun thing in the comics. It's a fun thing on Disney Plus, and it is fun here in Geeks Who Like Sports.
But we want to know
what you think. So yeah, so comment below, like Lee said, wherever you're watching this, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, wherever else you may be finding us. We appreciate it. Likes,
MySpace,
5-star
Friendster.
reviews, all that stuff. Come on, join the party, join the group, hang out, talk sports with us, talk geek stuff with
Eat
us.
Doritos, Cheetos, pizza, vegetables.
Yeah,
dip. Come on.
I guess you need a salad here or there.
I love salad. I
love salad too.
Who
When
doesn't
it's
love
made
it?
well.
Yeah, with steak.
Now we're talking. Even chicken though, just you gotta have protein in there. But anyway,
I agree.
So anyway, this is not Geeks Who talk about their dietary habits. This is Geeks Who Like Sports.
Chipotle, you can sponsor us. Go ahead.
I'll take it. Or Chop Stop. That's a salad place out here. Anyway, again, we want to know what you think. Thanks again for watching. That's Lee. I'm Ray. We will be back next week with another full episode of Geeks Who Like Sports. We'll have our football postseason analysis and further predictions. But until then, thanks for watching. Good night, everybody.
Melt up!